and welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Times Now Live and I am Hina Gambhir. Viewers, Bharat is making Pakistan pay for the terror attack in Pahalgam, in which 26 innocents were mercilessly killed by terrorists from Pakistan. Even as the military chalks out its options to deal a severe blow to the enemy state, the government is bleeding the terror strait dry through several diplomatic, digital as well as economic counterpunches. India, viewers, has shut access to all ports for Pakistan and its ships. Just days ago, the airspace for Pakistan-owned and operated flights was also closed. Exchange of mail and parcel has also been suspended. That is the latest measure that has been announced by the government. Bharat is also hitting the enemy state where it hurts the most. India has partially banned trade with Pakistan, announcing prohibition on imports from the neighboring country. While imports from Pakistan have gone down significantly since the past few years, the move is nevertheless expected to hurt their finances, especially given the war chest is emptying at a rate of knots. And Pakistan is going around the world begging, literally begging for funds. India, viewers, we are learning, is also planning to strike the core of terrorism in Pakistan through a slew of measures. Sources say Bharat will push for Pakistan to be re-inducted in FATF's grey list. Now that will mean Pakistan will be under that much more security to act against terrorism. India has also informed IMF of its objection to the $7 billion aid given to Pakistan. We all know where the money gets channeled to and really used. Bharat has also urged the IMF to review all its loans it has disbursed to Pakistan so far. Not just that, India has amplified its digital strike on Pakistan as crackdown against provocation and propaganda continues. A host of public figures with a significant following have been banned. Latest to be added in the list is Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. His YouTube account has been blocked for Indian audience. A minister of his cabinet who was peddling propaganda has also been blocked online. Earlier, accounts of singers, cricketers like Shahid Afridi, Shoaib Akhtar, Atif Aslam, etc. were blocked too. However, back home in India, not everyone feels this digital strike is an action at all. In fact, leaders from the opposition have urged the government to take bigger steps and move beyond optics of banning Insta and YouTube handles. Listen in.
ये सब करना चाहिए, पर आज 12 दिन बीत गए, अभी तक जमीन पे तो कुछ नहीं उतरा। जो आर्थिक रोक लगेगी इंदिरा जी के समय में लग चुकी है, करें प्रयास। यही नहीं, जिस तरीके से वहां के चैनल दुष्प्रचार कर रहे थे, उस पर पहले भी रोक लगा चुके हैं, लगाएं। हमारा तो वर्किंग कमेटी का फैसला है, सर्वदलीय बैठक का फैसला है कि हम इन आतंकवादियों को उनके किए की सजा देना चाहते हैं और इन आतंकवादियों की जो जड़ है हम उसे उखाड़ के फेंकना चाहते हैं, इनके मददगारों को भी दंडित करना चाहते हैं।
समाजवादी पार्टी समझती कि पाकिस्तान से जो व्यापार चल रहा है, आयात और निर्यात चल रहा है, उसको प्रतिबंधित करना चाहिए। जो ये केवल ट्विटर अकाउंट बंद कर देने से, किसी के इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट बंद कर देने से, ये लड़ाई आतंकवाद के खिलाफ है, ये बड़ी लड़ाई है और समाजवादी पार्टी समझती कि देश की सरकार को बड़े कदम उठाने चाहिए और जो आतंकवादी देश हैं, जो आतंकवाद का समर्थन करते हैं, उनको सबक सिखाना चाहिए। केवल ट्विटर अकाउंट को प्रतिबंधित कर देने से समाजवादी पार्टी समझती कि पाकिस्तान जैसे आतंकी देश पे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा।
देखिए, इस समय पूरा देश एकजुट है, पूरी दुनिया आतंकवाद के खिलाफ लड़ाई और आतंकवाद को प्रश्रय देने वाले देश को सबक सिखाने के लिए एकजुट है। कांग्रेस उस एकजुटता का प्रतिनिधित्व कर रही है। तो ये अवसर है जब हमको कठोर कदम उठाना चाहिए।
And joining us on the broadcast this evening are my guests who will help us understand the impact really of these kind of measures that have been announced by India in the last few days. We are joined by retired Captain Akhilesh Saxena, Kargil war hero. We also have with us Ambassador Ashok Sajjanhar, former diplomat. Good evening to all of you gentlemen, both of you gentlemen. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. Ambassador Sajjanhar, let me begin this discussion with you. You heard what some of the leaders from the opposition had to say about these measures that are being announced almost on a daily basis by the government. I want to ask you, what should we make of these measures? Are these not significant as being claimed by the political parties here in India at a time when, of course, there is a lot of anger in the country? People are expecting some kind of a military strike. But before that happens, these kind of measures that are being announced, how significant are they in your opinion? And what kind of possible impact could they have on Pakistan's economy?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the show. You see, what the strategy that India has adopted, in my view, is one of sustained pressure on Pakistan. Pakistan, whether it is its military or its political establishment, they have really been put on edge by the actions that have been taken by India. Now, to respond to some of the comments that were made by some of the Congress leaders, let us be very clear as far as these issues are concerned, that in the world of today, narrative is very, very important. Narrative is what really, impacts and affects and transforms the thinking and minds of the young people. And, by banning all these, whether it is the Instagram accounts or it is the YouTube or Twitter accounts, it is not that, these people were engaging in entertainment or anything of that sort. Basically, these people are vitiating and poisoning the minds of people in India. So, once you are removing those from, bringing them under control, they are being banned, they are no longer available. So you are controlling the narrative that is going to the people. Secondly, I think it is on many, it's a multi-pronged attack that India has launched. Starting with right from the first day after the Cabinet Committee on Security that was organized, and we had the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty as far as the integrated checkpost in Atari is concerned, as far as the defense attaches of Pakistan, declaring them as persona non grata, their, all their assistants, all their staff, they have also been sent out, the visas, etc. And now the latest one is that all imports from Pakistan, they have also been banned. I think in a very sustained manner, we are inflicting these this pain and punishment on Pakistan. It is a sustained pressure that is being levied. And of course, the Prime Minister has said in so many words that we are giving full freedom to our defense forces, to our service chiefs, that they will determine. Because after all, we have to see, we did the surgical strike after Uri. We did the Balakot strike after Pulwama. I think this time the strike, as and when it comes, it will be of a much greater dimension and impact. So I think the people, the political parties, they say that we have, we are standing behind the government. But I think they should give this leeway. They should not apply this pressure that you have to sort of, because people are demanding, because the political parties are demanding that the government is forced to do something which it is not fully prepared. So I think let this be with the government and hold your horses, be patient, and the government will do whenever the time is right and whenever it is necessary and in a manner in which it is appropriate.
Well, absolutely, because this time the vow is that something like what happened in Pahalgam should never ever happen anywhere in India. That has been the vow this time. Mitti mein mila denge, as the Prime Minister said, that the idea is to not just finish those terrorists, but also the people who have been backing these terrorists, who've been supporting these terrorists. So the idea is to, attack the root cause here. Hence, a multi-pronged approach perhaps is something that the government seems to be taking. Interesting points you've made, Ambassador Sajanhar. Captain Akhilesh Saxena, what is your point of view with the kind of decisions that have been taken in the last few days specifically? The access to all ports has been shut by India for Pakistan. Airspace has been closed for Pakistani airlines. Exchange of mail parcel today has also been suspended. Trade has been partially banned too. How much do you think this operation bleed Pakistan's economy is going to work for India? Is it the right thing to do? What is your assessment?
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for having me in your show. And as rightly said, first we need to understand the narrative, right? We should not play into the hands of our enemy. So if you really see why that particular strike, right? We are just seeing, okay, the superficial, these few terrorists are there, that can be eliminated. But we all know that, Pakistan is like a terror factory which will not stop till the time we eliminate it from the root cause, like Pakistan Army, ISI, Pakistan economy, which is funding these terrorists. And we cannot forget the China angle. See, China was in direct conflict with India, and last 3-4 years, if you see, we were competing with them in terms of economic growth. Now with the Trump coming with these, all these trade restrictions, now India is the fastest developing economy. Now, what is the way how China can stop? For them, it's a very easy that they support Pakistan, let Pakistan come into the front, let India involve into the full-fledged war. I'm saying we can give all the narrative, but just see Ukraine and Russia is like a superpower, but that war is going on for them more than a year. So war will not end, quickly 1 day or 2 days. It will at least take a month or so. Second, do we have the resources to ensure that we continue in our growth and bleed Pakistan in such a manner that we really bring down to on their knees without the war, right? War is always there. And I can tell you those offensive action will always be there. But as I was listening some of the interview, we should not hurry up. That way we'll be playing into the hands of Pakistan. Now, without doing attack, what you are doing, I'll just give you one simple economic example. The cost of mobilization of entire Pakistan army is in 2 to 3 days, they have to spend nearly 1 billion, right? You have to understand the position of Pakistan. Their foreign reserve currently is 8.5 to 9 billion. Out of that, they cannot touch nearly 5 billion because of the obligation. So they clearly have got just a 4 billion of foreign reserve compared to 682 foreign billion reserves of India, right? So if right now entire Pakistan army is mobilized, they are on the high alert. It does not come free. Pakistan have not done the rehearsal. They have not used their planes for last 6 months because they were not able to do that. It cost money. So even if we are not attacking and just keeping Pakistan on a high alert state, their 4 billion will be gone, right? That's the way we need to understand, rather than playing into the hands of China, Pakistan, that just get into the war.
Well, absolutely.
The second thing, if you need to understand the Indus Water Treaty, we have not said we have cancelled it. We have held it abeyance.
Yes.
Means we will not supposed to now give any warning to Pakistan in terms of how the water will be released, any water data, and this can play a very important weapon for India. Because if you see now, there is a sowing season which is coming, and if they don't get right water, if they suddenly get a flood, their economy is going to be crippled. They are already at the brink of, going down.
And that is why these measures become extremely important, because this time the need of the hour is to hurt Pakistan where it hurts the most. And that's something that India is planning to do. Thank you very much. Appreciate both of you, Ambassador Ashok Sajanhar and Captain Akhilesh Saxena. Thank you for joining us here and sharing with us your perspective on this.